right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Wellness for Powerful Women. This is the place you want to go to if you want to learn the best wellness hacks for entrepreneurs and any woman who just wants to uplevel her life. And I talk all things about business, health, wellness, just how you can elevate all those areas to make you feel better in your business and your life. And so today I have a special guest. And this is such an exciting conversation because I've been having questions about this myself. So I'm so excited to talk about the power of glowing up and loving your face and taking care of yourself, really, with skincare expert and coach Li Huo. So glad to have you on here, Li. So, Li, would you mind just explaining a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Sure. Thank you, Charmaine. I'm so happy to be here. Again, my name is Li Huo. And just a little background about me. Get ready. Are you sitting down? So my first career in OBGYN for 15 years, and I decided to pivot in that career and started a med spa aesthetic practice about 7 years ago. So that's when I learned, or that's when I've always been really passionate about skincare and taking care of ourselves through our skin. I was always sort of up to date on the trends. But when I decided to own a med spa aesthetics, I learned how to do lasers, chemical peels, microneedling, all the stuff that you kind of hear about maybe if you're into this sort of thing. But then COVID hit. And so when COVID hit, my arrangement with my partner ended, and I had to really think differently on how am I going to approach this in business. So as an entrepreneur, I have to think outside of the box a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So I took my practice, if you will, online and teaching people, and then also mobile. I went to clients' homes instead to perform certain services. Obviously, I couldn't perform certain things because it just wasn't available. I can't drag a big laser machine into clients' homes, but I could do other things. Yeah, I know, right? I wish I could. I could just have a mobile laser machine somewhere. And so that's what happened. And during that time, I also became a life coach. And so now I'm using skills as a life coach and my medical scientific knowledge and my experience to help women who want to have healthy, glowing skin. And I help to streamline their routines, help to answer a lot of questions out there. Because there's so much stuff out there, Charmaine. We're just like constantly bombarded with, oh, you should do this for your face. Oh, you should do that for your face. I feel like it's very confusing out there. And the marketing ploys are abundant.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right. And so what I hope to do is to help educate and empower women so that they are intentional about what they're doing for their face.
Right. And oh my gosh, when you said there's so many things out there, I was like, I have no idea. I totally agree. I was like, I have no idea where to start. Like, I'm really like, this is a fun conversation because I'm one of those people that I'm like, I have no idea where to start. So I just don't do anything for my skin. So,
yes!
So I'm like talking to the perfect person right now. And so I was curious just a little bit because that's so cool. I don't think I honestly heard your story before, so it's really, really cool to hear how you went into like the med spa and things like that. So I'm curious, like, what is it that made you want to work specifically on skincare for women? Like, what kind of led you toward that path?
So way back in seventh grade, my mother took me to an Elizabeth Arden counter. You're way too young to know who that is, but just trust me, Elizabeth Arden was like, an Estee Lauder at the time, and got me a jar of cream. And she says, no matter what, you need to take care of your face. You need to wash your face every day. We were an immigrant family that barely had enough. And I share the story quite a bit because I distinctly remember I had like 3 outfits. I didn't have enough clothes to fill a dresser or a closet, so I used the linen closet and just filled one shelf. But she was willing to spend money on my face and on my skin, and that really emphasized to me my self-worth. And so sort of throughout my life, after that, I went through medical school, college, again, taking out loans for medical school, et cetera. But I would give up anything like coffee, clothes, like happy hour, just to make sure that I had what I had and was using quality skincare. And I really stayed up as far as reading the trends, etc., to see like what's the latest and greatest. And then in medical school, and then in sort of once I had the scientific knowledge, I've always sort of stayed up on cosmetic dermatology. Not we're not talking about rashes or moles or anything like that. And I partake in a lot of the latest procedure, the latest skincare, because I'm always curious, like, ooh, what's that going to do for me? I think I'm always looking, because I think this is a point that we need to really emphasize, because sometimes I hear from women or clients, it's like, why are you fighting aging? Like, just age naturally and gracefully. Absolutely. I agree with that, because time marches on no matter what we do. I mean, I don't have a secret potion, and most of us don't, and we don't have, quote unquote, the fountain of youth. But there is nothing wrong with taking care of myself to the best of my ability. And if in that process, I happen to look 15 years younger than my stated age on my face, then why not?
Shoot,
right?
why not?
Right. And it's not about perfection. It's not about fighting age. I'm well aware the time is ticking, and I am well aware that that I can't fight everything, and I'm not fighting. I just want to do my best. That's it. And I think for business women too, as an entrepreneur, you want to do what's best for your business. Yes, there are circumstances that are going to rock your business, like the pandemic. I'm sure so many people were rocked by that. We don't have any control. But can we put our best foot forward? Can we constantly think about our business and hear about ourselves, how we can put the best foot forward? Absolutely. And again, it's not about perfection, because I always joke about this too. I was like, no matter what kind of skincare I use, what kind of like at home or in office procedure, short of surgery, I can't change the shape of my nose. Like I don't like the shape of my nose. It's not about perfection. But can I take care of my skin? Absolutely.
Yes, I love this. Oh man, this is so fun. I never really even thought about this, but I'm curious, like for you, what do you think is the connection between like, because I know you talk a lot about self-care too, so I'm curious, like for you, like what do you think is that connection between taking care of your skin and self-care? Like why do we want to prioritize that for ourselves?
Yeah. I So there are a lot of things that show that we prioritize ourselves to a certain degree. So fitness is one. Taking care of our skin is definitely another thing. But what happens with skincare or our face, I think people, somehow society has gotten the message that if you take care of your face, it's vanity. And it's like, well, I don't want to be too vain. It's funny what society tells women, the mixed messages. It's like, on one hand, oh, you better take care of yourself, right? But then if we do too much, then it's like, oh, ooh, what has she done? That just looks too much. That's just unnatural. Oh my God, look at her lips, et cetera, et cetera. So, I just feel like it's so paradoxical what society is trying to tell women about aging, right? And so I just feel like it's important to own it for ourselves. Like, why are we doing things for our skin? Well, I think it's important because it's an indisputable fact that if you look good, you feel good, and you carry yourself differently.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like, so if someone takes care of skin, it tells me they care about themselves. They love themselves, that they're investing in themselves now, so that 10 years from now, the future self, right? This is coaching piece. My future self can thank my present self for taking care of myself.
Right.
So right now I'm age 51. I think
you don't
by 25.
Look it, girl. Oh my God. Girl, see, this is what happens when you take care of your skin, y'all. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, it's not that. And I still get carded, right?
Oh,
I mean,
what?
it's a little
Okay.
So I do think it's funny, because when I do get carded, I'm like, do you really think I'm not 21? Because I find they're like, no, they're like, you look 21. They're like, but we have to card people who we think might be younger than 35.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's what it
Okay.
is. So it's not that I actually look 21. Thank God I actually don't want to look 21. But
Oh my God, I love that.
but it's because I probably look 35, and they say that I don't know, these liquor stores, grocery stores, they teach their employees that if you think someone's 35 or younger, you should probably check their ID. And so that's why. So let me just put it out there. I don't look 21. I don't want
Okay.
to. Yeah. And I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, and I think that for skincare, for some women, the mindset is, oh, it's too late, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or does it even work? Or
Right. What's the point? Like, will it actually help?
yes,
There's so much like noise
exactly.
out there, right? So,
Yes.
yeah. And
So
oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, like, and you were saying this earlier. There is so much noise, and I'm curious for you, like I love that point you made. I think it's 100% true. Like when you look good, you do feel good, and we do that with our clothes. Why not do it with our skin? And I'm curious, like, how do we cut through the noise though? Like, how do we know what actually works? Like, what do you recommend to people who like me, who are completely clueless about skin? Like, it to me it seems overwhelming. I'm like, I don't even know what the heck is going on. So what would you recommend to someone who's just starting?
Oh, well, you just, have to hire me. You have to come work with me. That's the answer. No, in all seriousness, the bottom line is absolutely wash your face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so we're getting into tacticals here. I actually hold a webinar, the 3 ingredients that you should be putting on your face instead of all these other things. But washing your face is very important. And I'm talking about at night, like after
Mm-hmm.
you've been out all day, you've been sweating, or you got makeup on. That's absolutely important. This sounds so redundant and cliche, but sunscreen is a must.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays the sunscreen are so nice. They're tinted, they've got moisturizers in it, they've got antioxidants in it. And not only that, in this day and age when we are on our screens constantly, there's blue light where our face is exposed to blue light, or this basically visible light. And
Mm-hmm.
right now there's no technically any evidence showing that this blue light will cause damage to our face. But it's because we haven't been this phenomenon. It's really recent that we're constantly on our laptops, on our computers, on our smartphones. And I have a feeling that with time, when there's research, that there's going to show that blue light or high invisible light that we are exposed to through our screens, it's going to cause some photo damage and premature aging. I am convinced of it.
Oh,
And
fascinating.
sometimes visible light is out. This high visible light is already known to cause some pigmentation. Hyperpigmentation.
Oh.
You're very young to be experiencing that right now, but let me just tell you, brown spots or liver spots is something that a lot of women struggle with. And
And it's caused by
anyways,
what? The brown
yeah.
spot?
So, well, most of the time it's from sun damage.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
it can be also caused by inflammatory responses, like someone who has horrible acne breakouts, or who most of the time is that, or they have scarring from some facial injury. But hyperpigmentation, heat actually causes hyperpigmentation too. And it's one of those big struggles for women that actually will take them running to get assessed by a dermatologist or by skincare experts, because they're tired of seeing all these brown spots that all of a sudden popped up overnight. But really,
Mm-hmm.
they've been sort of working their way for like the last 10 years. By the time you see a spot on your face, it's basically 10 years in the making. Anyway, so I
Oh.
digress. I'm sorry. So basically, mineral sunscreens are really the best. So not only do they protect you from the sun, they protect you from visible light, which is the blue light.
So,
And so that's
oh, I have a
pretty,
question on that though,
yeah.
because so do you so is it recommended for sunblock? Because I mean, I don't. When I put on sunblock for the body, I put it on my face. Should it be different for the face, like the facial sunblock? Does it matter?
So it depends. Yes.
See, this is why I'm talking to
Yes,
you right now.
absolutely. Um, so the body sunscreen doesn't need to be fancy. It
Okay.
literally, like, I look for something that's a high SPF. It's got, mineral sunscreen. I'm good to go.
Okay.
The face one's different because one, it's your face and it's more sensitive, and you want sunscreens that have other stuff in it, such as added antioxidants. And so, like the sunscreen I use is actually tinted too. And so I don't use a foundation, but I use that. So it's a tinted
Oh.
moisturizer and mineral
Hey,
sunscreen, sort of
hold up.
all
What is
one.
this brand or what where do you get that?
Yeah, well,
What?
see, so that's what I mean is if you read the labels, you'll know. But let
Oh,
me tell
okay.
you, most of the time it's not Neutrogena. As much as I
Mm.
like Neutrogena for the body, I haven't. It's just not sophisticated enough, Charmaine. And
Oh.
then you got to think, well, my face is worthy of better quality products.
Mm. That is a thought I have never considered before. That's so
It is your face.
fascinating.
That's the
Yeah.
first thing people see. As you as a business owner, when you're up there talking or whatever, that is the first thing people see is your face.
Right. Right.
And
And
like I said, why not put your best face forward?
right. I love that because honestly, because even though I'm a weight loss coach and health coach, honestly, the face is something I think because for me, I have this thought like, I never had issues with acne or anything. So I guess I'm kind
Awesome.
of like, I was lucky, but something
Right.
I am getting more self conscious of though, which I wonder if you could speak to about is wrinkles a bit. Like
Mm-hmm.
I am in my 30s and I'm like noticing I'm getting wrinkles and I'm kind of like what do you recommend for that? Because
Okay.
I'm like
So,
noticing that.
yeah. So the whole process of aging, we have something called collagen and elastin, which is in the deeper layers of our skin. So just bear with me. I know you know what collagen is because collagen supplements, like that industry is crazy right
Oh
now.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so collagens are proteins that are naturally produced and found in our bodies. It gives support to our bones, our connective tissue. And so I'm speaking about skin. What it does, so think of this, think of an air mattress, okay?
Mm-hmm.
An inflatable air mattress. The air that goes in there is the collagen and the elastin.
Okay.
It basically tints up your skin.
Mm.
Okay. Can
Mm-hmm.
you imagine that? So it's tinting up your skin. The more air you have, the tighter the air mattress is and the tighter the surface is, right? That's how your
Mm.
skin is.
Okay.
There's collagen and elastin that's underneath it, supporting it. And so when we're young, we've got a ton of collagen, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, we do. After the age of 30, you decrease the amount of collagen 1 to 2% every single year, the production.
Mm. Okay.
So and then what happens is there are things such as the sun that breaks down the current collagen that you have through a whole pathway. Okay, so there's that, and then and it continues to decline collagen production in our own natural bodies, and also gets degraded faster, and it gets destroyed as we are exposed to more and more environmental toxins, and also, like I said, the sun. At age menopause, I know you're far from that, but I think for your listeners, it's just interesting. Menopause, the first 5 years between perimenopause and actual menopause, we lose 30% of our collagen.
Oh, okay. Good to
That freaking
know.
sucks.
It
Okay.
does suck.
So,
What?
yeah. So, the
Okay.
basis for all these quote unquote anti aging skincare procedures that you hear about, the bottom line, the strategy for most things is to replace that collagen. The
Okay.
goal is to stimulate collagen production in our bodies. And if we can't, and so that's how skincare is. A lot of it, they'll try to target stimulation of collagen. And elastin is another protein that basically gives bounce to your skin. So think of elastin as rubber bands. We want that for our skin too, so that when we're smiling and we stop smiling, our skin stretches back.
Oh, that would be great. I smile a lot and I make a lot of facial expressions and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is making me have wrinkles. But yeah. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, so for you, you got to make sure you're protecting the current collagen that you have. You
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that you are using ingredients that will stimulate collagen production and elastin production. Those are strategies. And then, of course, I need to say this now because collagen supplements, like the ones you take the powder, and I'm speaking to skin, is not going to end up in your skin. So
Mm.
if you think that, and you think that taking the supplements is helping, is stimulating your cells in your, on the skin layer, the dermis layer to produce, it's not doing that. So you can take your supplements. I'm not against it. If you feel like it helps with other things, then by all means do it. But that does not mean that just because you're taking supplements that you don't do anything for your face. Like, oh, I'm taking supplements. No, it's not doing it.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you cut through the crap out there? Because there's so many collagen things. Like, this is why I don't even look at skincare stuff because I'm being, people will sell me in like network marketing, they'll sell me all sorts of skincare things and they all say it has collagen. Like, how do you cut through the noise and know what's actually gonna help your skin versus it's just like a product they're trying
Yeah.
to sell?
So the truth is, for the regular person, um, it's difficult because you are just getting constantly inundated and you have to do your own research, which does require time. What happens, what I see with most women, is they listen to a friend. The
Mm-hmm.
friend's like, hey, you should use this. This is so great. Hey, you should get this. This is so great. So there's that. There's obviously social media influencers on TikTok, on YouTube that are, I worry, not all of them do this, but some influencers who are not specifically skincare influencers, like fashion or fitness, and all of a sudden they'll talk about skincare, and I'm just like, well, are you being paid by them?
Right.
Like, if you're going to be paid by them, I question the objectivity. And so that's it does require some research, and I think that's why a lot of women give up. They're like, or they don't, they're not sure because they're like, I don't have time to research. I don't have time to do this. So yeah, you could talk to, your dermatologist. You can talk to someone like me. That's basically what I do, is I cut through all the crap. And I know we're supposed to talk about this at the end, but what I basically do, I hold a course that tells people what the 3 ingredients you should be putting on your face. That's just a, quick 30-minute video. And then what happens is I help women go through their current list of products, ditch the ones that are ineffective, and then help them, give them a skincare routine with products that will actually meet their goals.
Oh, I love that. I love that you like kind of audit their products and help them see
I
which ones
do,
are
yeah.
helpful
That's
or
exactly
not.
that's
Right.
exactly my offer, is a skin audit and
Oh,
consultation.
I love that skin audit and yeah, like looking through what you're using. It'd be really easy to audit me because I don't use anything. But anyway.
Well, but that would be fine too, because
Oh,
then we
okay.
would just talk about like the 4 things that you need to be using at age. How old are you, Charmaine?
33.
Yeah, what you need to be using at age 33. It'd be really
Mm.
easy.
Oh, so does it
Yeah,
change when you age? You do have to change the
absolutely.
products? Oh my gosh, this is
Absolutely.
crazy. Okay.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
mean, not year to year, but maybe
Okay.
decade by decade,
Oh, okay.
like every 5 years or so. And also there's always newer research coming onto the market, newer, more sophisticated products that are coming on the market that are worthy of your time. Right there, I just did an Instagram post about a eye cream that's $415. I did not
Oh.
buy it. I'm just going to put it out there. I did not purchase it. It was
Mm-hmm.
given to me because my mom, right, the one who sent me on this course, sort of, she doesn't spend money on anything except for skincare. So and I think for her, it's a status thing. It's like, oh, I'm able to
Oh.
finally afford a $400 eye cream, right?
Oh,
I mean, it's like,
fascinating. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, and it's a cult luxury product and brand. So, you know what? That $400 eye cream made her eyes itchy and puffy.
Oh no. Oh my
And she's not the
gosh.
type to return anything. So she's like, oh, here, you
Oh.
could use this. You could use it. I'm like, thanks. I'll get the puppy eye.
Thanks, mom.
Right. But, and the thing is I look through all the ingredients, it's marketing ploys, and it's like, it makes you feel as if it just sounds so luxurious. It has caviar in it or caviar extract. And
Oh,
you're like, ooh.
interesting.
But the truth is, caviar is great for our bodies if you could afford it. It's got omega-3 fatty acids. And yes, if you eat omega-3 fatty acids, it's great for your skin. But is it going to do anything topically for us? I don't know. There's no scientific research that definitively says that it's great for our face, you know?
Right.
So like I said, if you can afford it and you want to use it, by all means do it. But I know better products with medical, I'm going to go back a little bit about that, with ingredients that are effective, that are at least half the price, if not like just a third of the price.
Well, I love that you touch on that because that was a drawback for me from wanting to even invest in skincare too, because there's this perception that skincare products are expensive and I just wouldn't even want to look at it. But I love that you're saying, like, it doesn't have to be this $400 product. Like, there's a lot out there that could be helpful that don't have to cost that much either. Like, they're effective.
Right.
So.
And this is something I really discussed. So, you're a health and fitness and wellness, but do you ever buy coffee from your local cafe?
I don't drink coffee anymore, but my husband buys coffee from Costco.
Oh, okay. Well, right. If you make it at home, it's cheaper. But if I go get a coffee drink from a cafe or a boba drink, it's $7-8, right?
Right.
Easily. And there are definitely people who do that almost on a daily basis, like Starbucks run, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
a
used
daily
to do
thing.
that. When I was a nurse, I used to go to Starbucks like every shift.
Yeah, you know, and that's fine. So this is what I want to say. I have 4 products in my mind right now that are between $80 to $175. 4 products. Together, they're about $500. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money, right? Of course. But the way I want you to think about it is these products last you 90 days. And if you break down the cost, it's about $5 a day. Isn't your face worth $5 a day?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it's the face of your business. It's like when you, and not only that, but it just, like you said, it helps you feel better. Like, it helps you feel more confident. It helps you want to show up on social media. It just also helps you with your energy, just like how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself.
Yes.
So I totally think that's worth it. And I have a quick question though, because I know we're coming up on time and I want to leave some time for anyone listening if they want to ask anything. But really quickly, what's the basics of a skincare routine that's needed? Like, if someone like me who just wants to start, like, what do we actually need? Because I know you said you want to wash your face, and then what are the other components of a basic skincare routine?
So sunscreen, we talked about extensively. I prefer the mineral base instead of the chemical base. You need an antioxidant during the day. So some type of an antioxidant serum or lotion. That's really important. And then after the age of 30, you want to start to add a retinoid product to your skincare routine as well. And so anything on the market that says retinol. But what I want to highlight real quick is that there are different classes of products. You get a prescription from your doctors. Those are, we couldn't even touch on those, but there's prescription stuff that you could get for your face. There is the stuff that you get at drugstores, Sephora, Nordstrom's, that basically non-prescribed skincare. Then there's a class of products, and this is where my focus is, and this is where where I support a lot of these products, and I try them. They're called cosmeceuticals, which is a group of products that are usually made actually by pharmaceutical companies that have more potent ingredients in there than what you find just on the open market. So they're sort of the in-between. So I call them medical grade products. So they are a little more potent, and they tend to tell you percentage of things that are in there, and they tend to be made without fragrance, without any of the other potentially allergenic ingredients that could be found at just the drugstore level. So that is really the group that I love, that I focus on. Although I will try a Target brand eye cream anytime if I think that it's worthy of the $20. But I have yet to find it.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't even know about those different classes, so I appreciate you breaking that down. And we have a question. So Lisa's asking to speak. So I'll promote you to panel, Lisa. Wait, quick. Yay, hello, Lisa.
Hey, how are you?
Amazing, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, this was super informative. I have a question about what you feel about hyaluronic acid.
Oh, I have very strong feelings about that.
Okay.
You need to follow, by the way, you should follow me on Instagram at Coaching with Lee. I talk about these things. So hyaluronic acid is a good thing. So for listeners, it's a sugar molecule that is actually naturally found in our skin along with collagen and elastin. Okay, it's like the third component in the supportive layer. It basically holds water, and so that it helps retain moisture in our skin. A lot of products now, Lisa, do contain hyaluronic acid, so it's great. And so if you see a product like some antioxidant serums will say hyaluronic acid, and some night creams will say hyaluronic acid. There's actually multiple different weights of hyaluronic acid. So you want products that will say that it has varied weights of hyaluronic acid. The ones that are really big sits on top of our skin and gives you that immediate glow. It actually does. And then there are ones that sink deeper into your skin and will help to hold water there. But the truth is, I personally do not have just one product that is hyaluronic acid, because now it's almost in every product that I just look for that if I want to make sure that I have it. Does that make sense or answer your question?
Yeah. Well, I use, I don't know if you're familiar with Inky.
I think so. It's
okay. Go ahead.
They have a lot of different sort of raw, quote unquote, not raw ingredients, but they sort of have different things, and then you put them together yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm better off like getting, because right now I use I think it's CeraVe.
Yeah.
And then I add like I hate saying this word, the hyaluronic acid to that, and I do it at night.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's great.
All right.
And if you feel like your skin is dry, oh God, that's a whole discussion. But just a quick tip is to run a humidifier at night. And then what happens is you're creating a very humid environment, and that hyaluronic acid is going to love that water, and the environment is going to pull from that, and that's beautiful.
Okay, because I have dry skin. I'm a lady.
Yeah, so yeah, you and I can chat some other time about dry skin.
I'm not like Charmaine, who was like embarrassed to say she's 33.
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry, yeah, I know. So yeah, that's just a quick tip for increasing moisture to your skin if you're using something with hyaluronic acid, because that's what it does. It pulls water, quote unquote, pulls water from the environment and retains in your skin. So, but what you got to watch out for sometimes too is that if you're in a desert and there's no water in the environment, where is this hyaluronic acid pulling water from? Nowhere. It's pulling it from your skin and bringing it to the surface. So it's nice to combine it with a cream, which is what you're doing with the CeraVe.
Yep.
And if you really want to sort of get more bang for your buck, then make sure you put a humidifier at night, run it overnight in your bedroom. And then that way, wake up dewy. Yes.
Yeah, I love doing this.
Dang, I learned so much from you guys talking. I'm like, what is going on? This is helpful. But so would you say, Lee, just really quick, would you say the main components of your skincare products, you said you wanted to, it should have like collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid?
So those those are the three sort of things that give structure to our skin.
Oh, okay.
So we want skincare that somehow stimulates the production of those things or replaces it. Now, see, like there are skincare products that will stimulate the production of collagen and elastin. And then there are things in the office where an in-office procedure will also stimulate your body to do that. And then there are fillers. When we talk about fillers, fillers are made out of collagen or hyaluronic acid.
Oh.
Do you see that? So that's an actual physical replacement of the collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acid. So everything is based on that. I mean, I'm giving you like the science behind it all. And then you have to learn like, well, what ingredients in my skincare product will stimulate collagen and elastin. And that's why you have to come to me.
Right. Yeah, to break down all this stuff, because obviously there's a lot of information out there, and I love that you explain the physiology behind it, because I truly did not understand the physiology behind any skincare product. I think you just think, oh, it just moisturizes your skin, but I'm glad you broke it down that way, because it's really helpful. Like, thanks for breaking that down, because you understand why you're buying the skincare product you're buying.
Correct.
And how it actually helps you. And as a nurse, you know, I love learning the physiology behind things. So I find that super helpful. But I know we're coming up on time, but thank you so much, Li, for sharing your expertise, and thank you, Lisa, for joining the conversation. And I'm curiously, like, let us know about like your freebie, what you offer, and anything, and how we could work with you, or how people could be in touch with you.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm on Instagram. I'm very responsive there. I am on LinkedIn as well, but Instagram is sort of what is what?
I said, good girl, you're on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Lisa's a LinkedIn expert, so I agree with Lisa.
Yeah, so but like Instagram is sort of where I live. Like that's the social platform of my choice. And bottom line is I have a video that tells you the 3 ingredients that you should be putting on your face. And from there, there's a chance to work with me. It's actually very easy. We set up a Zoom call. I go through the products that you're currently using. Well, hopefully you submit that ahead of time so I can make sure I have everything that you're using and give you feedback. And then we go through what your skin goals are. And then I give you a routine. I give you a skincare routine. And if you want to buy the products from me, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. And then I offer a follow-up package where we meet once every 2-3 months. It's your choice. And we update your routine, because this is what happens. When people first start, I don't overwhelm them with a million things. And let me tell you, you could do a million things. And that's a stereotype. It's like, I don't have time for all of this. It's like, you don't have to do all of it. There are some basic things you absolutely need to do. And from there, everything is icing on the cake. But what happens is after people start doing it, most love it. And they're like, oh yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah, it only takes me 2 minutes. I'm like, that's right. And then they want to update. So there might be a product that they're like, you know, I'm not crazy about it. Nothing's bad. But I'm just wondering if you have something better. And that's when we sit down and update your routine. Hey, I'm ready to add something else. What else could I do? We update your routine. Hey, you know, this was rather costly for me. I'm on a cycle where my budget is, you know, lower. Yes, let's talk about some lower priced products that maybe not are excellent, but for maintenance, that's something we can do. Because I teach something called product cycling, where we go through expensive, quote unquote, expensive products, but that are really effective. And then we cycle it through with some other products that are good enough, but at, you know, lesser cost.
Oh, I love that. I love that you're so thorough in helping them see what's working, what's not working, and then also with the follow-up. And it's true. It's like, as your body's aging and maybe you need to like change things up with your routine. And I love that you guide them through that process. This has been so helpful. Like I cannot tell you how many people have been trying to, because I network a lot, and how many people try to sell me skincare products, and yet none of them ever explained the actual physiology and the science behind it. So thank you so much for imparting that wisdom. And you guys definitely check out her freebie. Like, I'll put all her links. I'm going to put this replay in my YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/@CharmainePlaton. I'll put the replay there with all of Li's links, so you could know more about her, stay connected on her Instagram, and get her freebie. But thank you so much, Li. Like, this has been so eye-opening and so helpful.
I'm so glad.
So I really appreciate you coming on. And oh my gosh, you're like a freaking boss expert at skin. And thank you for your time with us today.
Oh, you're welcome. It's so fun for me. I love this. Love it.
Yeah, awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We're going to have another interview next Tuesday. And I can't wait to see you all next time. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.